This is Sean Harry with the Small Business Development Center. I'm here with Dana Highfill of Float North, and this is Portland's newest float shop and wellness center. And so, hi Dana, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for watching.
So tell us why people float. What is floating and why do people do it?
Yeah, floating is a really unique way to decompress and de-stress. As some of you might know, the more stressed you are, the sicker your body can get. And so when you take the time to take care of yourself, you end up being able to do a better job in your regular life and not get sick. So we look at preventative care, taking care of your body before you start hurting or before you get sick. And floating it's sometimes called sensory deprivation. I personally, floating is becoming a more popular term in itself, just float therapy.
It sounds less ominous.
Right.
It sounds like something I could do.
Some people like the ominous sound of the sensory deprivation because
let them call it sensory deprivation.
Right.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of intense, but it's really quite relaxing and benign. So the water it has 1,000 pounds of salt in a large
1,000 pounds.
1,000 pounds.
Half a ton.
Yeah. There's not very much water in it. In fact, it's more salt.
Wow.
So it's similar to the Dead Sea, and you're buoyant.
And is it just basic table salt, or what is it?
It's magnesium sulfate. It's Epsom salt.
Epsom salt.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. And most of us, the statistics say that 99% of us are deficient in magnesium. Oh. And so when you're in the tank, you're actually getting some of that replenished, magnesium helps your muscles relax. Calcium makes your muscles contract. So magnesium is going to help you relax both physically and mentally. In the tank, you've got no light, no sound, no touch, no taste, basically no stimulation to your nervous system. And when you have that, your brain switches gears and goes into a deep meditation. You don't have to know how to meditate. You don't have to be good at it. We do recommend trying floating at least 3 times to know, because your brain, having been overstimulated for most of your life, needs to learn how to unwind.
How to turn off.
How to reset. And each time you get better and better at that reset.
Awesome. Okay, and so I floated once. I don't know if I told you this, but I floated once a few years ago for my birthday. It was pretty amazing because I felt like I was about 2 inches taller. When I walked out. I felt, just like stretched out.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, the decompression that happens when you don't have gravity pressing on you.
I got plenty of gravity.
Great for your joints, great for low back pain, great for any kind of injury, really.
Awesome. Okay. Well, so you're opening a float shop.
Yes.
Right. And how in the world did you decide to do something like that?
So I'm a massage therapist. I've had my own practice for 10 years.
So you're already in the wellness space. You
Correct.
knew something about this.
Correct.
Okay. What got you into floating, though?
It's a lot of different things. I've also studied meditation. I've studied Qigong for the past 12 years. Okay. And I've seen people not stick with it. And the benefits of meditation, it requires a lot of discipline. Floating is a hack to that system. Your brain automatically goes there. The studies have shown that your brain shows similar states to that of a seasoned meditator, somebody who's been meditating for 10 years, and your brain starts to be able to do that without having spent 10 years meditating.
Awesome.
So you get those benefits.
And then you must have floated at some point.
Floated at first in 2011
Okay.
at Float On here in Portland.
Yeah.
They're awesome. They're great friends of mine. They've been very helpful.
Oh, cool.
All the float shops in Portland are great. I'm friends with all of them.
You've tried them all.
We've tried them all. I've floated in all of their tanks.
And they're going to come float in yours, I'm sure,
yes,
right?
They will.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great community. It's a great industry. In 2011, my first float, I knew that I wanted to open a float center.
Really?
It was that immediate.
One shot and you're hooked.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
And some people have that experience, and some people it's their 3rd float or their 5th float that is that amazing, eye-opening, that gets all the press. But it's the practice of floating that gives you the benefits.
Okay.
So every float isn't going to be shock and awe and amazing, and you're gonna, some people are like, oh, you hallucinate and all these things, and that doesn't happen every float, and it doesn't happen for every person.
Okay.
But you get incredible benefits. So I like to do a little reality check, and just having expectations, it's a relaxing experience. It's like a mini vacation, and it's a great form of preventative health care.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, so it sounds really exciting.
Thank you.
And we're looking around. We're going to, in a minute, you're going to show us, give us a little tour of the place. But you came to the Small Business Development Center specifically to work with our Capital Access team. Mm-hmm. What were things like before you came to us? Just tell us what that process was like.
Yeah. The financial part of opening a larger business, this is still a small business, but it's larger for me from what I was used to.
Right, larger than just your basic massage therapy practice.
Yes.
Yep.
And so I needed to learn a lot, and the Capital Access team, Bruce in particular, mentored and helped advise me. They were people I could go to ask the questions that I felt were stupid, or when I didn't know what a P&L was, or how to answer the bank's questions so that I could act like an intelligent person who wants a lot of money.
Right. They kind of expect you to know some of those things.
Yeah, and so.
But you wouldn't necessarily know those things.
No.
Right, unless you've studied it somehow.
Correct. I didn't go to business school. I went. My degree is in industrial design. So who uses their degree?
Right.
But. They were very helpful in getting me the right forms and helping me fill them out. And I don't mean forms, that's not the right term, but creating the correct documents for getting financial institutions to take you seriously.
Right. Well, our Capital Access team, for those of you who don't know, they actually work with small business owners to help them get loans, access to capital, as it sounds, to help them get loans to buy buildings, to lease out a space, maybe to build out a space, to buy equipment, that kind of thing. And these folks are experts in the field. Many of them have worked in financing or have worked in banks before, and they work with small businesses all over the states. So I'm glad that you found them, right?
The build out for a float center is extremely high in cost because you have to build basically double walls and double ceilings, and so there's a lot more involved. I didn't know how to go about getting a large loan like that for tenant improvement or for a build out.
Well, and our Capital Access team actually has relationships with over 100 lenders in the state of Oregon, and they know which ones would probably be more likely to want to finance a float center versus a construction site or some other, a restaurant, that kind of thing. So they were able to point you in the right direction.
Point me in the right direction and do a little bit of hand-holding when I needed it, like going to the bank with me.
They actually went to the bank with you?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And they knew whoever was there?
Yeah.
And awesome. That's cool. Very cool. So you've got some help from the Capital Access team. Mm-hmm. They helped you put the loan package together and get the loan. How long did that take? That was a quick process? Took a while?
It took me 3 years almost.
Wow.
I would say maybe 2. I got married in there, so
Okay.
I was like, I need a break from this because it's taking so long. I had to go to a lot of different banks. I talked to a lot of different people, and each time I had to learn the process, and it's a very confusing process because it's a chicken or the egg thing where they want you to, for example, have a lease, but they won't give you the lease until you have the loan, and they won't give you the loan until you have the lease. And so how do you get that to work?
Right.
There's still some of those things that happen now that I've got the loan and they're doing disbursements, and they won't disperse the money until I've spent it. But how do I have to spend it? How do I spend it when I already gave it to you?
Right. Right.
So there's a number of different things about financial institutions that make no sense to me, but that they've been very helpful, that the Capital Access team has helped me
understand it.
Understand how it works. And it's more of an art form. I thought it was numbers and very straightforward, but every bank looked at my package so differently.
Wow.
And that was new for me. I didn't realize that would...
So 3 years, and the Capital Access team worked with you the whole time, encouraging you, holding your hand, kicking in the rear to make sure you got things in on time.
A lot of great support.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so tell us a little bit about what's going on with Float North. And I understand you have a big open house coming up this weekend.
Yes.
July
21st.
July 21st, so that's a Saturday, right? Tell us about it.
All right, so this Saturday, we're doing an open house. You can come in, you can touch and feel and see what the float tanks look like. We'll be booking appointments for the first time. You can buy our pre-sale 3-pack. And we'll also be raffling off 6 months of free floats if you come down.
Awesome.
You can sign up and enter to win. So that's from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday, July 21st. That's this Saturday at 1617 Northeast 17th Avenue. You can also call or go online. It's floatnorthpdx.com or 503-442-7177.
We'll put it right here as we do this. So
It's like an
right
infomercial.
now we're on Northeast 17th between Broadway and Wheeler.
That's right.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So come down and check it out.
Yeah.
It'll be this Saturday.
Yeah, we'll have wine and cheese, and just
Oh.
you can talk to us and see what it is. Ask questions if you have specific concerns. A lot of people have very specific questions. We're also have an ADA accessible float pool, so it's wheelchair accessible.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to sign off now and go get some pictures, some video of the float center.
Wonderful.
So thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations
Yeah.
on your not grand opening, but on your
My open house.
Your open house
Grand opening coming also.
coming soon.
I can talk forever, so if you guys want to come back and do this again.
We'll see about that. All right, thanks. This is Sean Harry with the Small Business Development Center signing off with Dana Highfill at Float North.